Why do we read YouTube comments, or any comment section for that matter? And why do we frown when we see comments disabled? At this point, it almost feels like some sort of injustice. Like, how dare you disable the comments? How dare you stop us talking? It's like someone's duct taped our mouths. We cannot speak, but we know we're all thinking underneath. And to not share, to not discuss, it almost hurts. What about when no one's left a comment yet? You scroll down only to find that there's nothing there. It's empty. And then there's the disappointment that you cannot find someone who relates to what you've just seen. And then there's the comments that just make the content so much better. Like on Instagram, when sometimes the comments are more entertaining than the video itself. Think of those screen recorded videos where they play the video and then open the comments to show the most entertaining ones. It's almost like we're reading them together, so we can see the same thing and share the same experience. It's not a stretch to suggest that this is really all about connection. In such a digital age, we're surrounded by images that represent us. We have usernames, avatars, and phone numbers. We can be so far removed, more so than we were ever able to be before, and yet we have the potential to contact more people in one day than we were able to in an entire lifetime 100 years ago. In any case, we look to comments in search of meaning. Even when we consume content alone, we still habitually scroll through the comments and gauge what other people think. There's this intense and constant need for connection. But connection can be hard too. It's very common to dislike small talk, this process we carry out with people we don't yet know well. And it's uncomfortable. Perhaps you can feel it now just thinking about it, that discomfort in the pit of your stomach. It's so awkward, so unbearably so. And the interesting thing is that perhaps this awkwardness actually reflects the true extent of how much we value connection. Within this awkwardness, there's this desire to seek approval, whether we realize it or not, because there's comfort in approval and comfort in finding some balanced conversation that is opposed to just standing there in silence. And you could say that our awkwardness is our confession. It's our statement that we seek social connection and that we have something to lose should the interaction go wrong. And perhaps the action of seeking the comment section of everything we watch online is a confession too, a confession of our longing for connection. Why do people confess? If you've ever watched true crime before, you might have noticed something interesting. People confess to what they've done surprisingly more often than you think. And there have been many cases out there, many cases where the confession is the only reason authorities have been able to apprehend some very dangerous criminals. These are people who might have murdered others ruthlessly, gone to great lengths to cover their tracks, to hide their deeds so that they can get away with it, only to confess it all when pressured by detectives. They might have done something horrible, might have done something they would never hand themselves in for. They might have planned for weeks, months, and gotten away with it for months and years, all the while dreading the possibility of going to jail, dreading the possibility of being found out. And yet there are many stories of people in this position who confess anyway. Of course, it should be recognized that the pressure of detectives plays a big role here. Detectives can be very competent at making it sound like the suspect's actions will be revealed anyway, and that it's only a matter of time, making it more likely that they confess. There are many strategies investigators can use to pry information and thus a confession. That said, confessions are far from perfect. Often the defendant confesses to the crime, but changes details of the event to make themselves appear better. They may admit to being involved in the victim's death, but make it sound like an accident. But regardless of all this, it's interesting how they confess at all, even in situations where there is little evidence pointing towards them. Why is it so hard to keep a secret? Why do we have this urge to divulge the ones we collect? And why do our mothers like to spread our secrets at family events, even when it's embarrassing and very much a deep betrayal of our trust? There's very much this feeling that we have something to share, especially a secret that someone else might like to know. It's what makes gossiping and spilling the tea so captivating. And our connection also seems to be very involved in this. We are brought closer together by the information we exchange. And the more sensitive the information, the more captivated we are. And the more effective it is at creating a sense of shared experience. It's like when your boss is being unbearable at work, or a customer is bringing new levels of rude. Being able to rant about it to your coworkers not only makes it all the more bearable, but it also brings you together. It's like when they say there's nothing like a common enemy to bring people together. There's an acknowledgement that there's nothing quite like a common enemy to bring people together. There's that acknowledgement that what you find challenging, well, I find that challenging too. And maybe we're not all that different. And it's something we can apply to the comment section as well. Reading them, it seems to add something to the experience. Interacting with people who watch the same thing as you did seems to add to the experience. It's refreshing, comforting, and certainly part of the process of watching the video. How many of you scroll down and read the comments before even watching a new video? It's just part of the process, part of the entertainment. If YouTube were suddenly to get rid of the comment section altogether, am I right in saying that it would feel like such a big loss to the platform? Like something would just be missing? YouTube would not be the same. YouTube is made for us, the viewers, made for us to share. We are part of the entertainment. We ourselves create an integral part of the enjoyment of watching content online, being a part of it. We create it for ourselves, for each other, and feel all the more connected because of it. So thank you for watching, and please leave a comment. Complete the experience for future viewers. Subscribe too while you're at it. It won't hurt, I promise. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next time.